is just around the corner. Sue Ann Allen from Sue Ann Allen Culinary Management is joining me in studio to tell us how to make a beautiful chicken salad. There's papaya and pistachios in there as well.
Yeah.
Right? That sounds absolutely delicious and light for the hot weather we've been having.
It is. I think also what the advantage is sometimes in the week you do a roast chicken, you've got some that's left over. For me, it's far more flavoursome. You've got a little bit of that skin, a lot of that flavour, and you've got kind of a couple of salad items in your fridge that you just want to use and you want to create something a little bit different. And for me, sometimes what's always missing from a salad is a little bit of crunch, and I think texture is hugely important, so hence the pistachio nut. But also that little bit of sugar with the papaya just adds another dimension to something that is actually quite typical. So I thought it was a good idea to test them out one day and put them all together, and they seem to kind of work.
I like the way you think. Let's see, how do we get started? What do we do first?
So I've got a mixture of leaves. I always like using more than one leaf. So we've got some watercress and some baby spinach and a little bit of rocket. And I like to mix them because it does add a dimension of flavor. So your green, which is the base of the salad and makes up the bulk of it, I think it's quite nice to always have a different pop of flavor in your mouth. So this we're just gonna literally get on a plate. I love my green leaves, so I'm actually going to be rather
Stack them on
generous,
there.
and we want this to be a full meal. And then we've got our cucumber and tomato, just very, very finely sliced. So these are the salad ingredients that you probably typically do have at home. So you want to use those. Also, again, quite a lot. And also makes it really nice and filling. And I'm just going to keep them all to one
side.
To one side.
Okay.
And you can then dig in and mix however you wish when you eat it.
Wait.
And then we've got our little baby cherry tomatoes. Normal ones will do as well.
Okay.
Just often your big beef tomatoes, you've got to look quite carefully to find ones that are perfectly in season. And we do struggle with that a little bit, whereas these tend to be quite a bit sweeter.
And
so
a little
I
bit
keep
easier
those
to
in hand.
chop up.
And also easier when you are taking a bite. You've already got a whole bunch of leaves, so just to keep it as elegant as possible. And then your roast chicken, which, as I say, use that you've got left over, or roast one and you can keep the rest for another meal. And I'm going to...
And you would do this as a full meal?
I would do this definitely as a full meal. There's more than enough protein, and then bringing in that extra component with the nuts and the papaya, I think it's more than enough. And that should, well, let's do another piece for anyone
hungry people.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was going to say, for the hungry people. And then papaya, I find, is a really great fruit. It obviously also looks beautiful. It's not overly sweet. We've already got sugar on our pistachios. And
I would never think to put papaya with a chicken salad.
Mango also works really, really well with chicken salad. Obviously, the mangoes, we're just more limited in terms of its availability and seasonality, but both of them work incredibly well with chicken. I'm going to just do that. And then for me, as I say, what is really important is just having that nice textural crunch. So literally for these pistachios, you pop them into a hot pan with about, for this amount, which is about 100 grams, a tablespoon of sugar, over high heat really quickly, and take it off actually before the sugar melts. And then off the heat.
Okay.
And they'll just...
Those look delicious.
They will... Yeah, I'm tempted to just
For those who can't see, they're covered in sugar. Yeah.
And nice and golden. And we just want to get that...
That looks like a delicious, healthy meal.
It is delicious and healthy. I don't think that small amount of sugar is going to do
too much damage.
And then this, you can either mix up a vinaigrette, so you can do your olive oil and your lemon in a bowl and just get it to emulsify. For me, with salads, I'm always more than happy to just squeeze.
Squeeze on that lemon
And
juice.
then I also think you do need some olive oil.
Okay.
Also just makes it all beautiful and glossy. So I would do it with your chicken, and then you can mix this up as you want. And the only other thing I'd add is a sprinkle of black pepper if you've got. But otherwise, that for me is pretty much a full meal, and just adding two things that would turn your ordinary into something that's a little bit different.